this is a first where somebody has just put my name down without even talking to me first. And this lady says to me, we watched so many of your videos. I just always knew when I bought a house I was gonna use you. She has no idea. Oh my gosh, I am sitting at a gas station. I feel like I could cry and I don't wanna cry, but I'm so grateful. Okay, I pulled over. Thank you, God. Like, I pulled over to have a conversation. So let me go back. So I just left a final walk for a closing that I have today. And the closing, this is not the plan. It has not been easy. It is November, what is it, 25th? 26th. It's November 26th, 2025. We're at the end of the year. This year has been trying. It has been a trying year. On one hand, I felt like, yeah, I've kept it pushing. And then on the other hand, I felt like I haven't done enough. And I haven't reached my goals. And it feels like I'm out here working and doing things and not, you know, seeing the payoff. But I gotta keep it moving, right? I gotta keep it pushing. So I talk to people and they're like, you're all over the place. You always closing on homes. You always see the thing. You always out here. To them, it looks like I'm busy. And I tell them, honest with them, like, I'm repurposing content. Like, y'all might think I have a closing every week. No, that's not the case. So the closing I have today, this final walk, even that is a blessing. She called me, and I mentioned this in another video. I'll insert the clip.
And shout out to my newer clients. We're going to call them A and P. They reached out to me. They're like, Nat, we've been watching your videos. We've been doing our research. We found the house. We've already talked to the lender. We're ready to go, but we want buyer representation. We went ahead and scheduled our Zoom consultation, which they thanked me for. They actually left me a review and said that they felt extremely confident after our meeting. And then the next day we met out, went and saw the property and got the ball rolling. And I can happily say that they are now under contract.
But they called me and they were like, we've been watching your videos. We found the house. We got approved by the lender and we know we need representation. Let's just say that was on a Tuesday. Wednesday scheduled, that was like a Tuesday night. Wednesday scheduled their Zoom. And I think the next day we met out at the place, signed the contract. It's like it came out of nowhere, right? A few days ago, today is Wednesday. So Sunday, I get a text from an on-site agent and she's like, one of your clients just came out here. And I'm like, this would be game, because you know all the on-site agents are calling, right? Because they want people to come out and they want to get, you know, they want to tell you about their incentives and all of that. So I'm thinking it's just that kind of call. But when she texted me and said one of your clients came out of there, I'm like, all right, let me check it with her. It's actually not the first time that she has said that, but I mean, somebody else has actually gone out there, but nothing ever came from it. So when I called her back and she tells me the client's name, I'm like, okay, I'm playing it off to her. Like, I'm like, okay, I'll follow up with her. Monday, I go to my database and I'm putting in this name. There's no name coming. Like, I have never had a conversation with this person. So the day went along, the day got busy, and I did not get back to the agent. Yesterday, Tuesday, I see in my email a contract. And I opened the contract. I am looking at the buyer's names. I am like, do I call the agent and tell her, like, I don't have their number. Like, I've never talked to, I don't want to do that. Even though I don't think she would trip or be funny, because once the client says they want you, but I just was hesitant to say that. But thankfully, I went back into the contract because I didn't want to rush and sign it before speaking with them. So late last night, I found the client's number was in the contract. And I was like, I'm going to call her in the morning. So the agent reached out to me again in the morning. And she's like, hey, we didn't get your signature on the contract. And then I'm like, you still need the buyers to sign, right? And she giving me an update. So the agent is doing everything. Rewind. So the buyers were kind of not sure when they went out on Sunday. And when I got the contract, I called her back and was like, they signed a contract. She was like, yeah, I found out, you know, what another community was offering them. And I went ahead and did the same thing. So the agent already put all this together. And I'm like, okay, so now we're back to today. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and sign. I don't want to hold anything up and let me get on with the day, but I'm going to call. So I called the buyer, the number for the buyer didn't answer. So I sent her a text. And while I was in my walkthrough, she called and I was like, I'll call you back shortly. And then when I get in the car, it says, okay, we're reviewing the contract and we're signing now. Then I called her and this lady says to me, we watched so many of your videos. I just always knew when I bought a house, I was going to use you. She has no idea. She has no idea because there are so many people that watch so many of my videos and never call me. And then I'm like, do these people just think I'm so busy that I don't need the business? Like, this is a first. This is a first where somebody has just put my name down without even talking to me first. And I have to like track them down and call them. Yes, that is the goal. That's what I want people to, like, I'm giving you all this information. You're just signing the contract with the on-site agent, and you never put down your own representation because it doesn't cost you anything. You're not saving anything by not using an agent. I say all of this stuff in my videos, but still people just move forward and they just use the on-site agent and never give an agent, whether it's me or any other agent, an opportunity to guide them through the process, to walk them along the process, to answer questions as much or as little as they need. And maybe that's the hesitation from some people. They're like, hey, we really don't need an agent to do a lot. But it's almost like insurance. It's like, at least have somebody in your back pocket, right, that you need when something comes up. Because even in the short conversation that I had with her of gathering information, such a good conversation. And I thanked her, but she doesn't know like how much that meant. So we're just talking about next steps, and I explained some things about the mortgage process and the inspector and how that process is going to work. So I will follow up and we'll have a Zoom, but I'm not going to force myself. If I'm going to help as much as they need me to help. But I'm just so moved because, man, sometimes it feels like you out here working and doing all the things, and it's just, you're just not seeing. You're not seeing the payoff, the fruits of your labor. You're just not seeing. And it's discouraging. It is discouraging. So for things like this to happen, granted, they don't happen often. Lord, if you want to send more of them. I'm so grateful. Please send them. But when things like this happen, it just feels like a God hug, like just confirmation, reassurance, like just keep going. So I am going to head to my office. I was gonna say I'm gonna pull it together. No, I'm gonna sit in gratitude for as long as I need to. I'm gonna sit in gratitude and just remember that I have to record times like this, because when the other time comes and it's discouraging and you're like, man, maybe I should give up. Maybe I should do something else. Maybe when those times come, I have to refer back to these times. So that's why I record it. And I keep my own little personal video journal, just so that I can refer back on these times. I don't know if this is gonna be a video or not, or what I'm gonna use as a video, but I had to record the feeling in that moment because it's so easy for us to forget the blessings of God. And sometimes you just need that reassurance and that God hug. So I'm gonna sit with this, and then I'm gonna get to my office and do some things. And then I have closing at 2 o'clock, which I'm so grateful for. Yes. All right, I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting all this time. I've been making one video a week since September of 2018. As of this recording, it is 2025, and I am going to continue. Sometimes I put out more than one video a week, so I have tons of videos and information on my channel, and I would love to speak with you if you are buying or selling, relocating to Georgia, leaving Georgia, buying a starter home, wanting to buy your next home, all the things. Even if I'm not the end person, even if you need an agent in another state, I can be a resource to you. Yes, I appreciate you. All right. So don't forget to check out the podcast. And I have a book, my second book. Even that, like, this is the goal that you set. Even though it's looking how it's looking, just keep doing the things, keep putting the foot forward. So yes, the second book is finished. And if you want to support, if you want the information, you want to gift it to somebody that is in the market to buy a home or gonna buy a home, it's actually for buyers, sellers, and homeowners as well. I would love your support with that. It's available on Amazon. You can also find it on my website or link to it on my website. So yes, your girl is out here. We're gonna keep it moving. And wherever you are in this season, in this moment, I just hope you find some encouragement. If you are in a place or have been in a place where you're feeling like, I don't know if this is working, or I don't know, just keep doing the next right thing. All right. Thank you again. Have a positive, peaceful, and